A well-known neo-Nazi from Roanoke remains in custody tonight, even though federal charges in Chicago have been dismissed. A U.S. district judge has ruled Bill White's actions are protected by the First Amendment. News 7's Justin McLeod talked to White's attorney tonight. So, Justin, what's next for White?
Well, there's some confusion there, Natasha. The U.S. Attorney's Office here in Roanoke says that U.S. Marshals will soon bring him back here to Virginia. Now, White's attorney says there will first need to be a transfer hearing in Chicago. Now, whether you agree with White or find what he has to say to be despicable, his attorney believes you should agree with today's decision.
I do not hold racist views.
Bill White ran a website called Overthrow.com. The neo-Nazi had been charged with posting the name, the address, and phone number of the foreman of a Chicago jury that convicted a fellow white supremacist in 2004. The post made no direct threats against the man, but federal prosecutors say White hoped it would encourage readers to threaten or harm the juror. In his ruling, U.S. District Judge Lynn Alderman found that the fact that the defendant knew that the white supremacists sometimes viewed his website and sometimes harmed people they perceived as enemies is insufficient to transform his lawful statements about the juror into criminal advocacy. The judge goes on to say an intimidating context alone does not remove the protection of the First Amendment. When it comes to free speech, the judge, citing other cases, says, quote, if there is a bedrock principle underlying the First Amendment, it's that the government may not prohibit the expression of any idea simply because society finds the idea offensive or disagreeable. White's attorney told us by phone the judge made the right decision.
It's not about William White. It's about the First Amendment. And sure, he engaged in unpopular speech, but, you know, as I've said before, if the First Amendment, it's at its best when it protects unpopular speech. If the First Amendment only protected us from expressing opinions that everyone agrees with, it would become pointless.
The U.S. Attorney's Office in Chicago tells us it's reviewing the opinion and will consider its options. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Roanoke declined tonight to comment on how today's decision may affect the case against White here. Natasha, he's facing similar charges in this case here in Roanoke of using his website to encourage violence.
We'll see what happens with that.
Yes.
All right.
Stay tuned.
Thank you, Justin. Okay.